What's up guys, Stan here from Rocky Creek. Hope everybody's having a great week. Today we are watermelon harvesting and we're going vole killing. That's the plan. Well, we're not gonna really kill the voles, but we're gonna make the voles hopefully not want to stay with us anymore because they're destroying my garden. But before we can do that, let's go feed Tweedledee and Tweedledum. So come on. What's up everybody? You won't believe it, but we actually finally got some rain. Now it wasn't a soaking rain, we just had a big pop-up storm hit the other day. So we still have a long way to go for this little drought issue that we're dealing with, but I'll take what rain I can get over nothing. So let's go feed these wild things right here because they're acting like two little children. Why are y'all not getting along? Just because it's meal time doesn't mean we need to be mean to each other. Everybody's gonna get their food. We don't need to act like this. Especially you, buddy. You need to calm down. Hey, you be nice to your people. Hey Sloppy, you gonna come up for air or you just gonna keep your face buried in your feed? I still need to cut these zip ties off from when I had it rigged up for when I was out of town. I need to get those off before they chew them up, but they really don't seem to pay attention to them. Oh, that is glorious. Miss Olivia, you wanna tell your people hi? Show your beautiful face? No, you're just gonna stay in it too? All right, y'all be good. All right, so the pigs are all good to go. It's been super hot, so really just trying to been keeping them cool, but otherwise they're doing just fine. Got to switch my hose line up. So what I got going on is I don't have a connector directly at my wellhead. I'd really like to do that one day. So right now I do have to feed my hose from all the way up at the house. So I run a hose here, and then I have a split, and then I have this split that feeds over to the pigs. And then this line runs all the way down and then cuts over to the garden. Good thing is it's all downhill, so I don't really lose any pressure. If anything, I may very well gain pressure. But that's the hose I need to run for how we're going to plan to attack these voles and the situation I got with them. So guys, first off, I want to say thank you. When I posted our last video about the issue that I was having, the majority of you said that you believe I have a problem with voles, which a vole and a mole are two different things. I've been doing some research on it, and based off of what you all said, along with what I see, I do believe that the majority of you who said voles, I think that's going to be my problem. So along those lines also, I want to say thank you because many of you recommended for voles a solar type product that can be put in there that takes care of the problem or at least deters them. Well, unfortunately, nobody in my local area carries that particular product or one similar to it. And I need something now. And so I had to get something that I could find that is still natural so that I don't go away from what my intentions are in my garden, and that is try to keep it all as natural and or organic as possible. And so I actually ended up with this product here from, I guess it's called Victor is the company, Mole and Gopher Repellent. I got this from my local feed store. And at the end of the day, you attach it to a hose, kind of like you would fertilizer or weed killer or whatever it is you may buy that has an application like this that will run the water through and do a mixture for you and spread it throughout where you need to go. And this is still natural because it is 100% castor oil, which is just a form of a vegetable oil. But for me, this, for an immediate item to be used to hopefully assist with our problem, this was what I could get on hand to get right away versus waiting for shipping for something in hopes that it works. So let's get down here to the garden. Let's show you how we're going to apply this. Let's also show you though, because since the video and since me getting a chance to get to the store this weekend because I had to work all week, I've already had a lot more damage and it's not good. So let's go down here. All right guys, so we're down here in the garden and we've had a lot more plants get damaged from these voles since the last time we were together, and unfortunately we're going to lose a lot more crops, which is why I did not want to wait for shipping on a product to address it. Let me show you where we're at right now, but then I'll also show you something pretty positive before we get to using this product. So something new we were growing was these red Noodle long beans, and they had actually just started to bloom and were producing really well. Well, look at this guy, not good. Look at this plant, not good, but it had produced a little bit. And look at this plant, not good. Here's where my problem is, same as others. Chewed it off at the stem. You can even see where it kind of bit through it. And then I have a hole, and then same thing here, chewed it up. You can still see the hole really good at this one. So at the end of the day, I literally have one bean plant still going because the voles killed the other 3. Since then also, I lost 2 more tomato plants, and I also lost another watermelon plant due to them. So we got to get this done. We got to get this done fast. But before I spray the castor oil in here, because even though it's safe, what it does is it soaks into the ground and it creates a taste and an odor that is not pleasant to the voles, moles, or any kind of rodents that tunnel in your garden. Well, I've never used this before, and I don't know if it'll have any effect on the taste of the food, even though it's safe. So if any of you all have ever used it, please let me know. But to be on the safe side, my garden's already a hot mess. It's been a struggle. I'm really just doing this now to salvage what I can and to feel somewhat validated that I did something this year. So I'm gonna pull, we actually have a couple watermelons ready. I'm gonna pull them now and get them out of here, and then we're gonna go ahead and put this stuff to use. So you can see, I think this big guy here, and then I also have this one, and there's another one over there that I think we're going to get out of here today before we do this. I've also got a few cucumbers mixed in here that I need to get done as well because we got a lot of rain and they kind of grew really quick, so we're going to pull those out as well. Oh, and on a positive note too, first sunflower has bloomed. Isn't she gorgeous? It's a little one, but it sure is pretty. So I talked about this last year, but I'll show you guys kind of the rule of thumb I go off of to know when a watermelon plant is ready to be picked. So you have the stem, and then where the stem connects to the main vine, you look for the nearest tendril, which is the little curlicue dude. Kind of like this would be a fresh tendril that is live and good. Well, the one closest to this watermelon, as you can see, is dried and shriveled up. That is usually a decent indication to let you know when a watermelon may be ready to be pulled. So that's kind of what I'm looking for the most part, to determine. Now some of these I am pulling before I see that because the plant itself is dead because of the vole and I don't want it to rot. So I will pull it because I had another one that was really small like this that I actually pulled the other day just because the plant was completely dead. And I cut it in half, and believe it or not, even though it was fairly pale and it wasn't bright red like I normally get, it actually, believe it or not, had better flavor than what most grocery store watermelons did still. So that just kind of tells you the difference between homegrown and grocery store. So both I and the pigs thoroughly enjoyed it. So guys, we were able to get 2, 4, 6 watermelons for our family, but then 2 small ones that the plants died. They're not going to be ripe. I'll throw one into the pigs. I'll throw one into the chickens. But these ones right here, hopefully they're ripe enough to where they'll be just exactly where we like them. They're decent size. Some of the ones I grew last year were a bit bigger. Now there are still about 4 or 5 in here. of the strawberry watermelons that, according to the sort of the tendril rule of thumb, they're still good to go. The plant structure still looks intact, so they may still continue to grow. I also did notice in there, I have, I think, 3 or 4 of those, I think they're called orange glow watermelons, where they got an orange flesh on the interior. I'd say they're probably, you know, right around in that area for all of them. One's a little bit bigger than the others. So hopefully I can at least get one of those to get to full ripe, and I can be able to taste those and see how they compare to the strawberry watermelon, because we really like strawberry watermelon. The only downfall, like I told y'all before though, is they do have a lot of seeds. So it's super humid. It's, I think they said with heat index, it was gonna be close to 100 today, and this is late afternoon, and it's still really sticky. But let's go ahead and get this Victor mole and gopher repellent, which it does say mole and gopher, but it did say in the instructions that it also does work on voles. So let's get this hooked up, and it's as simple as, from what I understand, of hooking it up and then just soaking the ground really good where you have your issues. So let's get it hooked up. Now, I don't know what kind of hoses y'all run at your home, but I can tell you these 0G brand, I've bought a lot of hoses, but this 0G hose, I actually bought my first one years ago and didn't really think a whole lot about it. And I bought 2 other brands of hoses for down here since. Neither have lasted, but the 0G hose I got here has lasted forever. It's as easy as that, guys. Let's see if we can go ahead and get her spraying. So guys, I'm done spraying, and I will say this, the odor is not strong. It does have sort of like a vegetable oil smell to it. And as you're spraying it, you may notice like just a very faint white haze, but there's really not a lot. You can see these leaves. I try to get as much of it on the actual just ground surface as I could, but plants like these, there wasn't really a lot of choice. Now, I didn't pull the cucumbers off of this plant. There's only a few on here, but feeling the cucumber itself, it definitely does have just a very mild or faint oil feel to it. Almost similar to like kind of that waxy feeling like when you get produce from the grocery store where they try to shine it up. So application wise was super easy to coat my garden to what I think is going to be sufficient. It appears it took half of that bottle. My garden's about 70 feet in the longest area and about 50 feet wide. And so it definitely covers a lot of square footage. I'm going to go ahead and leave it hooked up. I'm not going to use any other kind of vole or pest removal for that type of an animal. I will just continue to use like my neem oil and things like that for pests such as bugs. And we're going to see if we see any more vole pressure after this initial spraying. And then I may end up, if I see more, I'll use that second half. And then if that still doesn't work, then I'm going to say the product's a dud. So stay tuned for that and we'll let you know. But let me cart all these watermelons and these cucumbers up and show you this watermelon harvest we've got thus far. What, buddy?
Can I come in?
Well, I'm coming out. You gonna help me carry all them watermelons up?
How many? Oh, I'll carry the cucumbers.
Oh, really? You're not gonna carry a watermelon?
No.
Well, I thought you got all these big muscles now. Oh, how many?
Which one's a little less one?
I'll carry the cucumbers. You carry all the watermelons.
No. Is the fence on?
Yeah, touch it.
No. Is it really?
No, I'm just kidding. It's not on. We gotta get all this up. And of course, the one time I don't have my gorilla cart down here. Before I carry all them big watermelons up, I'll take this little one to the chickens. Miss Madison's way up there. She's carrying that one to the pigs. Check guys, I got something for y'all. Well, that's a good sign. That one's actually fairly pink. So hopefully those big ones I got will end up tasting pretty good. Hot day like this though, the chickens absolutely love the watermelon. Hey Bubba, what do you think of that? Oh, you gonna eat it? Oh God. Oh, you don't eat it like that. Yeah, but you tried, I like it. A for effort. You want me to cut it? You want me to cut it up? All right, so the one I got here, this is actually the smallest of all of them. So it'll probably be the least ripe when it's all said and done. But I want to let y'all kind of see what a strawberry watermelon looks like. And quite frankly, my fridge is so full, I don't have room for one of the really big ones. if I end up cutting one of those open. So that's why we're gonna try the little one for right now. All right, let's go right in the middle. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh man. So this is why I like strawberry watermelon. This one is honestly probably gonna be the least ripe because it's the smallest, but look at how tiny that rind is compared to all that flesh, and you can smell the sweetness on it. Smell that. Does that smell good?
Hi.
And actually where they're kind of premature, the seeds aren't too bad in there, at least it doesn't look like it. Griffin.
Griffin, come get a slice of watermelon.
Oh yeah, now you're all about it, huh? Here you go, Bubba. Here, you wanna try a piece? Wanna try a little bite? Oh, you liked that, didn't you? Huh? Oh, how was that? Is that yummy?
Can I have some, Daddy?
Oh, you do, you liked that, didn't you? Oh, is that good? Oh, tip broke off of it.
What?
Here, I'll give you a bite of this. Here. You like that, huh? Was it good? Super juicy. You got it right out of your face. Wipe your face, it's gonna drip off. Get Mrs. Rocky Creek's approval here.
It's really good.
It's always weird though when it's warm.
Yeah.
It tastes better when it's cold, but it definitely is super.
You want
Hey,
some mine?
hey, what are you?
That's
buddy.
mine, Griffin.
Here, I got yours right here. I know, you really liked it, didn't you? Oh, geez. Hey,
It does
You
have
just-
a lot of seeds.
you
but
just
it
have
is
to have a
really
huge
sweet.
bite. Look, he is going to town on this. Goodness gracious. Hey, buddy. He's like the best thing ever. Yeah, is that your nod of approval? So guys, hopefully that VOLE repellent is gonna work in the garden. That'll take care of a lot of our problems. I got Griffin here trying to tackle the watermelon while I'm trying to close out this video. But nonetheless, guys, at the end of the day, we might have a VOLE problem, but we have a wonderful watermelon issue, is that we got an abundance to eat, and it's super delicious, and we got a huge amount of it that we needed to get done with. Really? How much are you gonna eat? You just love it so much. That's good. So guys, if you haven't tried strawberry watermelon and you don't mind seeds, I highly suggest you do it. I have no idea what I'm doing. And 2 years in a row now, even as atrocious as my garden has been, I've grown fantastic watermelon once again. So appreciate y'all hanging out. We'll let you know here real soon how well that VOLE stuff worked. But until then, guys, y'all be good. And we'll see you here real soon on our next video. Thanks, guys. Oh. I just swallowed. Oh, that's so good. Is that so good?